Hello, Laura Weigel here with another video for you, and today I want to talk to you specifically about pendulums. So one of the questions I first get asked is, how do I know which pendulum to use? Which pendulum should I use? Should I use different pendulums for different things? And the quick and short answer is no, not at all. Use what you are most drawn to. This is my personal pendulum here. It's like in a raw nugget shape. So I really personally like this pendulum because it is raw and it's in its natural shape. So I personally feel like it carries a lot of that earth energy with that. And I have another amethyst hanging off the end of it, which I added to that. Another pendulum that I just brought to show you is a clear quartz pendulum. And it has a small piece hanging off the end of it, which I probably will eventually change that. So the quick answer for pendulums is there's no right or wrong. Choose what you are most drawn to and then truly connect with the pendulum. Just like I tell you to connect with your crystals or with your stones, but truly connect with your pendulum. That can mean sleeping with it. It means definitely using it. Using it once a day, using it twice a day, but definitely use your pendulum. Know the language of your pendulum. Know what yes looks like. Know what no looks like. Know what maybe looks like. So you definitely, even sleep with your pendulum. And you definitely just want to be in that energy, be in that presence of your pendulum, okay? So the first thing I do when using a pendulum is I tune in and I connect. And what I mean by that is I connect to the stone. So I first want to just give complete and utter gratitude for the stone, for universal source light, highest vibrating energy of just pure love, to use me and to use this pendulum as a conduit for energy to flow freely through this pendulum, to give me clearer answers that I already know, answers that are already in there, but to help me to tap into that. And so I really like to connect on that level and ask that for protection. I personally like to ask Archangel Michael for his shield of protection to be around me during the time that I'm using this pendulum, to be around the pendulum. But whatever ends up working for you, but I definitely think some type of ceremony, some type of clearing is really nice before you start to work with your pendulum. You can also sage it, okay? If any of you guys have been watching me, if you know me, you know that I love spray sage instead of smoke sage. And that's because I have 3 children and 2 dogs, and for me, spray sage just works quicker and better. I still will do the smoke sage, but I'll do that when it's more like ritualistic. I'm doing the whole house. I can open windows and I can have the family out, basically. So I'm also cleansing it and protecting it. I then use my master stone for my pendulum and asking questions, and I like to hold my pendulum over this. This is infused with a lot of energy. This has been my master stone now for at least 8 years, and I'm very connected to this stone. So I would really encourage you to use a stone that you're super connected to and to hold that pendulum over this stone, okay? And then you can start, and I do this each and every time after I've done my protection, is to show me yes. Let me bring my hand down a little bit more so you can see my hand. Okay, show me yes. Okay, and so it's showing me a circle. And for me, yes, I want to say 90% of the time has been a circle. But for you, I don't know, and I like to tune in and just check with it each time. Show me no. Okay, so back and forth is no. Okay. Is my name Laura? And it's showing me yes. Is my dog's name Boo Boo Bear? Is my dog's name Bandit? So there was interesting. I had done a live video with my group earlier and I was showing them yes or no. And I used the example of, is my dog's name Boo Boo Bear? Which his name technically is not. He's a rescue dog. My daughter has us call him Boo Boo Bear, but his name is actually Bandit. So I thought that was interesting that the pendulum picked up on that, because it was something I had kind of even forgotten about, because we've called him Boo Boo for so long now. Everybody except for my husband calls him Boo Boo. So I found that kind of interesting. Now, another way to use the pendulums is not just over the crystal. If you're doing a healing on your clients, so let's talk very general right now, but let's say you're doing a basic chakra balancing healing on your clients. So you have them laid down and you have a crystal for each one of their chakras set on their chakras. You can go through and you can have the pendulum first go over the crystals before you even set it on your client. So you can ask them each crystal, does my client need this crystal? Oh, and for me it's saying yes. So I am getting ready to go out of town, and that just tells me this crystal's coming with me. And you can do this over each crystal. Okay, does my client need this crystal? And it's saying no. Okay, and we can go over it again. Here's an orange calcite, which I would use possibly for the sacral chakra. So I could say, do I, because I'm my client right now, do I need this crystal? I want to make sure you can see my hand. There you go, but I want to make sure you can see the crystal too. Okay. Does Laura Weigel, do I need this crystal? Okay, so it's saying yes. So you can do this with all of the crystals before you put them on yourself or on a client. Then you can go through, and honestly, I would probably do it the opposite. I would probably go over their chakras. I would probably ask which chakras are in alignment and which chakras are out of alignment. Then I would take the crystals. I would put those crystals on my client. I would let them sit for 10 to 15 minutes. Once these crystals have sat that long, I would go through and ask if their chakras in alignment or out of alignment after the session, and maybe even before they get here, start going over the crystals with your pendulum, using their name. But you'll find the way that you want to do this, and it may be different with each client, because hopefully you'll really get to know your clients and really tune in to what they're needing and to what they're asking for. They, again, just may want all their chakras balanced. They may be working on grief, and you may want to do a lot more with their heart chakra. You may want to even do a grid with their heart chakra. So again, you can use these pendulums as much as you want, okay? And it depends on how much time you have. You can go through and ask for each crystal, yes or no. You can go through afterwards and ask the pendulum to help you charge the grid for you. You can take the pendulum over your client and ask if the chakras are in alignment, out of alignment. You can also ask the pendulum to charge your chakras. I also like to use my selenite wand to do all my charging work with that. But I just want to give you some examples of some ways to use your pendulums. So if you have any questions at all, please, of course, let me know in the comments below. And you can always find me on my website, thewilltowow.com. And I look forward to hearing with you.